In movies and money, Childress is expected to whip up millions of dollars at the box office this weekend. Our film critic, Erik Childress, is on the scene for us. Hello to you, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
Before we get to Childress, Despicable Me 4 remains on top for the second week in a row, and the numbers are staggering.
Absolutely, Angie. The first of which you mentioned is Despicable Me 4, which made over $43 million last weekend, raising its total to over $210 million domestic, and it is well on its path to over $300 million. Now we'll see if it can reach the $900+ million of its predecessors. That can't be said for Fly Me to the Moon, which opened to just $10 million, just a tenth of the $100 million spent on the film's production. Absolutely baffling how the film cost that much, and it's one of the very worst films I've seen all year. An unfunny, confused rom-com thriller with zero chemistry between its two leads. Sometimes streaming is where films like this belong.
Childress could become the next summer blockbuster. Take a look.
It's Tyler Owens. Calls himself a tornado wrangler. If you feel it, chase it! I said if you feel it, chase it! All right, here we go.
Do you think Childress can stir up some action at the weekend above $50 million?
It's an interesting question, Angie, though if the film is as entertaining as some noteworthy critics are saying, this could be a really fun ride. It's been 28 years since Jan de Bont's Twister kicked off the summer of 1996 with the late great Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. It opened to $41 million and went on to gross over $240 million, the second highest of that year. Now that would be roughly doubled by today's dollars. So just how high can Childress go? I mean, it has taken 28 years for someone to finally do a sequel to the tornado film, and it is basing itself with the same kind of spectacle-driven narrative that enticed audiences back then. Will they be so enticed again? The film is tracking somewhere in the $45 to $55 million region. It is certainly counting on a lot of international dollars to help cover the $200 million price tag.
One of the recommendations on your movie stars list this week takes us back to 2021, and it's streaming.
Yes, Angie, and this is far from big budget or has anything to do with tornadoes or special effects. Plus, it was an Oscar winner back in 2021. The film is called Minari, and it was director Lee Isaac Chung's very personal story about a South Korean family trying to find their place in Arkansas in the early 1980s. The film stars the terrific Steven Yeun, who received an Oscar nomination as the father trying to start a farm and dealing with his young son's heart condition. Yoo Young plays the grandmother in the role that won her the Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Chung's film is a beautiful and at times funny tale of immigrants and the American dream, and I hope people will seek it out on Max where it is playing now. And afterwards, if they must, the original Twister is playing there now as well, if they are feeling nostalgic for a film that was never that great, but gives them an opportunity to see both Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman together.
I know exactly what you mean, and we should mention two recent losses with the passing of 90210 star Shannon Doherty and Richard Simmons, the TV fitness guru, who was so much fun to watch. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.